one more thing Daktari has always been mentioning is that Martha Karua is more of a human rights activist, which human rights activism and politics do not mix.
Welcome once again to yet another episode on the Political Oracle with Dr. 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴, a segment of the Talk Chat podcast. My name is 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We have a discussion today, but before I dive into what we're going to do today, I have with me 𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴 team. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Alice.
I know you have a busy schedule, given the fact that you're in journalism. You know, journalism is as it is, right?
Yeah, you are all over the place.
Mine. But it's a calling. Someone told me it is a calling in itself, right? Now, the discussion of today, we've been talking about 2027, the way 2027.
Yeah.
Do our viewers know who are vying or have stated that they want to be presidents?
The contenders.
Exactly. I'm asking myself, we know the ones that are very prominent when it comes to the media. President William Ruto, Kalonzo, Matiang'i. But there are others who, I'm pretty sure others, they don't know what they've said they're going to bring. Some campaigns have already begun being taken as other things, you know. So I want us to discuss the contenders of the presidential seat, what they have said they want to bring. And now it will be the choice of our audience and us too, after the discussion, to think through, because we only have 1 year till 2027, because this year is already over. Merry Christmas in advance. So yeah, that is basically it. Before we begin, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I would like to concur with you on why we are starting to give them or to tell them the contenders behind the 2027, because information is power.
True.
And once you know the people who are in the game is when you are going to make the right decisions.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
Who are we going to begin with?
I think at this point it's very obvious. Let's just start with President William Ruto.
Yeah.
From way before, he had already spoken of his intention of being president again for a second term. And this far, at this point, there are slogans which have come up. Two-term. So why don't we break down what he has said he's going to continue? And the first one is, something I know is that he's talking about continuation of
his legacy.
Yeah, his legacy and the better project that he's already begun, right? Better is...
the
bottom up. Yeah, the bottom up project. So that's number one. He said that he wants to continue. And I think the opening of the very many projects that he's done this far, especially from October 20, let's just say from October 20 up to now, there are so many projects that we've seen him opening up, right? And I think they'll begin because he has promised them. But then, some projects need more time. So that's one of the ways that he's pushing on, saying, we need to continue, right? We need to continue. We need to finish what I've started, you know?
Yeah, and as you've just said, President Ruto has been championing development. We've seen him, especially after the death of Baba, he has been going around the country doing developments. And you remember the other time he was saying, this is like a campaign strategy for him. If by 2027, he would have not have achieved the promises on development he had promised, then the people will decide whether to vote for him or not.
Which is a very strong statement.
Yeah.
Given the fact that anything might happen.
Na unajua wananchi akiona maendeleo hiyo itamvutia tu.
Something also I've come to notice is that he's saying there's no one worthy of opposing him.
Yani mtu ningeshingana na yeye ni Raila Odinga. Lakini sasa hawa nitawamalizia asubuhi na mapema. Very early in the morning. Wamepotea.
Meaning that out of all the contenders this far, I'm the one suitable for presidency. I'm the one best suit for this job. I understand you. I know you guys. He was also calling out some leaders the other day, saying that they should stop on poverty politics. And according to me, I think that is something else. Telling Kenyans that these other guys have no experience. So I am here as the better option. So I think that is another thing he's giving to Kenyans.
The people.
Yeah.
I was reading somewhere, someone was saying in an opinion that venye anasema ati no one can beat me, I am the only person who is, you know, the better one, is like a psychological strategy. So by telling people that nyinyi wote hamwezi nishinda. So akishinda akisema hivyo every other time, it may stick in someone's, maybe the voter's mind that okay, maybe it is true that the president is better kushinda hawa watu wengine. So win the psychological war before tuende kwa ballot. So you may not know, maybe it's a strategy, maybe it's true. And you know, politics is about strategy. Yeah,
and then I'm imagining Pia, him saying that is going to make someone to vote for him at Asema. If I vote for this other person, my vote just goes away. Let me make it count, right?
Okay, this is something new that nimepata kusikiza juzi venye amekuwa akienda to these regions campaigning. You remember there was a time he was saying that other politicians should move away from iso politics of divisive politics, ethnic. But recently he has been calling the opposition false. And he has been using ash words.
Yes.
So people are saying he's saying one thing and then he's doing another one. So
that could also be a strategy to confuse you completely. Politics is another thing. Alright, let's go to someone else, Basi. The one who's most outspoken right now, Rigathi Gachagua.
The former deputy president.
Yes. There was a time he had stayed on the low during Baba's, the late Baba's funeral, even the times after. But we are seeing him picking up, especially with him endorsing a candidate for the by-elections on Barrie North. And I think that's a good come up for him. Now, something I'm telling myself is that since Rigathi Gachagua said that he wants to vie for presidency, and I think it has been spoken here time and again, is that the biggest thing or the most prominent or the topmost thing he said is that he wants to take Ruto out.
Ruto must go.
Ruto must go. One term.
And that is something he confirmed recently. You remember the other time he was saying the goal of the united opposition is to remove President Ruto, which Ruto is saying that if they don't have anything tangible to offer to Kenyans, then he has no reason to worry because, as you have said, alisema no one can beat him. Yeah.
Something I'm saying that when he declared it, just like Ruto, President Ruto, I'm saying Rigathi has two sides of the coin. When he declared his official vying of presidency, he said that he wants to change the economic sector, he wants to stabilize the economy, he wants to reduce the tax raises.
Just like Kibaki.
I want to do only one thing, to restore the Kenyan state to where 𝐊𝐿𝐴 left us.
He wants to shift the housing levies that the president has introduced. But then those are good points, by the way. That is a point of consideration for our audience and any voter. But then when you continue in almost all his grassroots movements, right? His mobilization. As he's working, most of the things he's talking about is he's criticizing or critiquing President Ruto in one way or another, meaning that you see how people used to use the late Baba as the topic of agenda, which would bring a lot of people. Now he's using the opposite. He's using President Ruto. Prominence, number one, and also I think it's also from the pain that he assisted President Ruto to get into power and then he put him out. But that aside, that is just by the way. He said that he wants to change the economy, he wants to change the policies, which actually might be helpful for Kenyans right now, if he is actually very true to his word, right?
As much as the matter of economic transformation is among one of his manifestos, I remember time and again in the Talk Chat podcast, we've been discussing that if Ruto is removed from Gachagua, then, okay, if every other time he's campaigning on his manifesto, he has to mention Ruto.
Yes.
So, kama Ruto ayuko, what else will he mention? So, the transformation that you're talking about, but maybe he should bring more things he wants to do to Kenyans on the table, because the people, the voters won't just vote for you because you are Rigathi Gachagua. They will vote for you because of what you are saying, what you are bringing to the table, what you are offering to them. And remember, as you've just mentioned, that Gachagua is bitter. We can call it bitter because he was removed from the government. And ever since then, his mission was to remove Ruto. Yeah, so let's say, for example, Ruto ametoka na amekuwa president. So what will he do now?
Wow, that is a question we're posing to you. We won't answer it. As you are evaluating, ask yourself, if Ruto is taken from Gachagua, what is left, right? President Ruto. And then, I was seeing a video trending on X. Some people are calling him a master strategist, because he was walking, by the way, he was not even in his car, he was just walking amongst normal Kenyans. And I was realizing that yes, he's close to the people, but at the end of the day, one will ask themselves, will my vote count? Right now Kenyans are saying ningalijua. When a lot of Gen Z died, people are saying tungalijua. And then they're saying we shall not forget. So you're like, okay, fine. But that is always the narrative. That is everything. Always.
Any other regime.
Exactly. That is what people are always saying. So this time round, why don't we make it different? By asking ourselves questions such as this. And bringing to the table and analyzing that, yes, he's saying this and this and this, which is bringing people, that people are just going there for money. Right? Because that's what people have known campaigns and rallies to be. But right now, when you're talking to me, you as a Kenyan, am I going to benefit from what you're telling me? Okay, fine, you want to get President Ruto out, even though he's opening developments. What else are you going to give me that is going to be beneficial to my hand, to my family, to my son, to my daughter who's coming up? Sindio?
Yeah, we don't. People should not just vote for the sake of it. They should analyze, what this person is saying, what this person is bringing, and all that.
And I think also another thing, media should focus now more on something that is going to be worthwhile.
Tangible.
Tangible things that these politicians are going to tell us. And Kenyans should not forget, even during that time when there'll be a lot of money being spent, we know how elections are in Kenya. Another one who I saw is rising is David Maraga, the
former CJ.
Yeah, the former Chief Justice.
I have made a decision to run for presidency in 2027.
And actually almost all his, manifesto is based on the Constitution.
Remember, he was a person from the legal system.
Exactly. So his heart, his will is to setting things right, right? And he's running for presidency under the United Green Movement.
The UGM.
Yeah, the UGM. And right now he's challenging Ruto's directions.
Ile serikali tunayo ni kama mamlaka ni ya viongozi wa Kenya, ndio wanafanya nini? ndio wafanyia kazi.
Insisting that his bid and accusing the current administration of defying constitutional values, which are being seen right now, just as you had mentioned. President Ruto has been speaking ill, by the way, about the united opposition. So David Maraga is coming as a reformist, you know, which reminds me of
a clean politician.
Yeah, which reminds me of Baba in 2007. He was calling for a reform of when he came up with the Pentagon, coming up with a reformist agenda. So David Maraga is standing for what is right constitutionally, which I think is a positive move. Right now in Kenya, let's just be true, corruption, ethnicity, tribalism is getting to our core, or it has already gotten to our core, which is rotting the inside of, and the very base of what Kenya should stand for, of what democracy should stand for. I sit down and I ask myself, these guys who fought for democracy in Kenya, these guys who shed their blood, these ladies who had to risk their lives and their families to help the Mau Mau, I asked myself, would they sit down and be proud of what Kenya is? So I think David Maraga is coming, saying that Kenya should really change. And I think it is a positive action for Kenyans right now, because number one, a lot of people don't know the constitution, which is very sad. I mean, it's like your booklet for Kenya. You know, when you get
a guideline.
Exactly, for Kenya. Yeah, that is, according to me, I'm saying that's a positive need, challenging the unconstitutional the constitutional values of the current regime.
Yeah, I also agree with you that David Maraga is thinking positive of Kenya, but I remember Daktari was saying that he's not a politician. So, you know, this is politics, and if you want to be in politics, you have to be a politician. So as much as he's championing constitutional values and everything, amekuja from a point of mentioning President Ruto again. He's comparing, he's saying what I will offer you is different from Ruto's.
Wow.
And he is comparing, for example, he's saying that the current regime is not following the constitution. Imekuwa ikifanya all this. I remember there was a time he quoted the things to do with abductions. He was stating the negative attributions of this regime. So first of all, he's comparing. That is what I view that as. Secondly, he's not a politician. And thirdly, as much as he's saying that if elected president is going to follow the constitution, the constitution itself, all these other regimes have not been really following the constitution.
Very true.
So we may not expect that to be, okay, for example, amevotiwa. We will not expect that he is now going to liberate the people from the unconstitutional agenda they have been driving in the country. So yeah, as much as he's bringing positive manifesto, there are some things he needs to kufanyia kazi. That is what I think about Maraga.
What do you think? Comment down in the section or on any of our platforms. Now, let's continue. When it comes to presidential, the presidential seat, someone we never expected, let me just throw this in before I go to the others, is Boniface Mwangi.
The
activist, yes. And Boniface Mwangi, everyone at this point in East Africa knows him. When he was abducted at the border of Kenya and Tanzania. Is it Tanzania?
Tanzania, yeah.
Yeah, he was left there when he was abducted and then left there. And the things that he went through, he was
saying he was tortured.
He's claimed, or he's spoken of his will, of his wanting to vie for presidency in 2027.
We sat down after July protests and we said, we're losing too many kids and we've gone to too many funerals. And we realized there's one thing they can't do. They can't out-organize us. So we stopped agonizing, and now we are organizing to bring about a ballot revolution.
And I think what intensified is the threats to life, the threats of life. Him questioning why, during that time, I don't think we saw a lot of activity from the president when it comes to fighting for Boniface. And I think that's something that really pained him. So when he formally announced his bid, he pledged a new Kenya, founded on democratic values,
just like Maraga,
justice and equity, aiming to translate youth protests into electoral change. I think for him, he's speaking from a youth-based point of view, which is an aspect any voter, by the way, can choose. Here we're just laying options, but we also discuss politics, right? And here he's, just as I said, I think he's speaking from a heart point of view, given the fact that it affected his family, it affected himself. And he wants to fight for, just as I said, justice. I'm pretty sure when there was the protests, we all felt bad. I still feel bad, by the way, thinking that there was someone's bright future there, but we move aside from that. So he's bringing to the table and telling you guys, this is what I'm selling. I'm selling a new Kenya. I'm selling a Kenya where democratic values are upheld, yes. I'm selling a new Kenya where your rights, your voices are being heard, you know? So that is what he's bringing to the table. But then at the end of the day, we ask, yes, you do have a following, but the key things, just as Daktari has said here time and again, for you to be in politics, you have to have some aspects of politics in you, within you.
You have to be a politician.
Exactly. So I think if he is to continue in this path, if he is to walk down this path, now he should take it as seriously as he should. Given the fact that I know there are some people rallying him behind, telling him, go, go, go. There are things that he needs to qualify for him to continue or even push his ratings higher.
Yeah. And also, I also want to add from your point that, many people are championing that maybe 2027 will be a game changer for how the people they are going to elect. So, Boniface Mwangi is a youth. As a young person. And remember 2027, according to statistics, the youth form the largest voting bloc. So if the youth maybe decide to vote for Boniface Mwangi, then they are going to implement the change they have always wanted. That they want a new generation of leaders. So maybe Boniface Mwangi might be their champion. And also the experiences that he has had is the way you mentioned, for example, since when he was taken to Tanzania during the protests, he's speaking from a point of experience. And someone who is speaking from a point of experience, he knows what he's saying. And like people, kuna politicians tunawajuanga wanaweza sema tutawafanyia hii, we are going to change this.
So he's intentional.
Yeah.
Boniface Mwangi is intentional.
He's intentional. So maybe if he really wants to walk that path, as we've just said, he should heed what Daktari has always been saying, that have your own copyrightable manifesto, because tutakurumia tu.
We'll empathize.
Yeah, we'll empathize, but what are you bringing to the table?
Let's continue on Matiangi. Fred Matiangi, who's been in the former President Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee.
Actually, is the deputy party leader.
And he's the presidential candidate. Just again, actually, I think something that I'm noticing, there's a trend. People are basing their manifestos and whatever they want based on the regime.
Based on the regime of the current
current regime, the current government. So Fred Matiangi, he's been endorsed by Uhuru Kenyatta. He has won their colors. At some point, he was very active in the United Opposition. But at the end of the day, what is he bringing to us? He's talking about There's something I heard, and then he was saying, "Mimi najua hawa watu." Yeah.
So watu to mean the current regime.
Yeah, the current regime, the politicians. And there was a time he was saying that he can't work with them.
I remember.
You remember.
Yeah.
So Fred Matiang'i. Now he's also talking about the regime, the corruption that has been, and he's promising and he's bringing to the table, telling them for a redirection. We are going. He wants to change the patterns that have been here so far, and yeah, that is all I'm seeing that he's promising, but he's actually also basing it from the current regime. What do you think?
I think I agree with you that everything that he's saying, most of the things that he's saying is comparing. And I remember the latest comparison that I heard him say is about the abduction of 𝐀𝐬𝐩𝐢𝐫𝐚𝐺 and Nicholas Oyo. He was saying that you remember the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, was the one who intervened.
Yes.
So he was saying, the current regime cannot try to bring back their own people. So he was trying to say that maybe in his government, nothing like that is going to happen.
Kalonzo Musyoka, he has become, his name has become on the mouth of very many people. He's the topic of discussion at the moment.
Especially since the passing of the former opposition leader.
Yes. Even him going to Bondo, from the words Mama Ida said. The fact that President Ruto himself went to his region, which also brought up and spiked up another conversation. And when he spoke of, during that time when he said, I want to be president, he was talking about police abductions.
What you're witnesses to is a horror movie directed by a know-it-all director who is a star and the supporting cast of his own show. A government that silences its own children has lost the right to lead.
And he was also talking about the healthcare system, improving them and ensuring that such things are not there. When I sit down like this, I'm like, that is very lovely, especially right now when so many things are happening. And we have so many elderly. There was even a video we saw of some women who are placed, I don't know, somewhere because they weren't able to pay their bills. And they were just mothers because maybe during that time, SHA was not working properly. And for a mere Kenyan, that is actually going to help them. Because, such things you don't plan for. But with, and even for the police abductions, families don't even know where some people are. I know it must have been traumatic to others, So I'm saying that by the way, this is nice, this is right, yes. But at the end of the day, right now we don't have the police abduction. So we can say that that was relevant then. When you talk about the healthcare system, we've seen even from Minister Duale's X and tweets, there are improvements on SHA. So many people are talking about it.
Things have changed.
Things have changed right now. And yes, Kalonzo Musyoka, he's a conformist, right? So he's also picking up the trending things right now. But I ask myself, is it because of passion that he wants to lead Kenya, or the fact that he feels that he needs to be there? It is his right? And even from how he has been speaking, is it also from a point of he wants to kuvutana? Because President Ruto, when he was in Ukumbani, he said that tutawatoa kwa upinzani. Just a paraphrasing. The Ukambani region, saying that nilifanya hivi kidogo nimeona mena upinzani lakini nimeshinda hapa sana, nataka muingie wapi? Kwa government. So will it change his motivation, his speaking, and his aims from just from what he said? Also, were the new manifestos that he will bring, the new ideas, the new points that he'll bring to Kenyans, what he'll bring on their plate, will they be based on citizens, will they be based on his heart being to the people, the Kenyans who are suffering, the Kenyans who are crying out for the economy, the Kenyans who are not being heard? You know that we have different types of Kenyans. There are those who are being heard and those who are not being seen completely. So is his heart there, or is his heart going to be, I am still here, there's nothing you can teach me, you get? That is, I'm pretty sure he's not doing it from a point of ego, but kuna hiyo mvutano, unaelewa. Do you have anything to say about that as we finish?
Yeah, actually, when you said that Kalonzo is a conformist, and I remember Daktari was saying that Kalonzo does not belong to the opposition. So maybe he should just join President Ruto. Maybe if he continues staying in the opposition, he may not get the votes that maybe he wants. And remember, he was with Baba when he was still alive. So now that Baba is gone, some of the voters are divided. Kuna wale wenye wameenda na Ruto because Ruto was with Baba. Na kuna wale wamebaki na Kalonzo because they remember Kalonzo was Baba's person. And also the reception that you mentioned, ile ya Bondo, was also proof that Kalonzo is someone who is loved by people. But during the Ukambani tour by President Ruto, Kalonzo was not there. Ama he was there?
He was not there. Actually, I remember the senator from Makueni, Dan Manzo, said that people are not invited. The local politicians were not invited.
Walijipeleka huko.
Walijipeleka. I remember from a discussion he was saying that when someone storms your home, so you have to go and see what is up. Yeah,
so maybe instead of him contesting for the presidency, I think the best thing for him to do is to join Ruto's government. And maybe it's time to shine in the government is past 2027. That is in 2032. Yeah, that is my opinion.
Wow. Now, the last one, but not the least, Martha Karua. Martha Karua has been in politics for the longest time. I'm pretty sure older than my age. And time and again is spoken here. And Daktari has spoken and said that she's an activist. She's coming from an activist point of view.
She speaks politics of emotions.
And so she publicly announced or said mambo ya kuintroduce free education.
Serikali ya Martha Karua na PLP italeta elimu bila malipo ya kila mtoto.
You know, she was there, I'm pretty sure she was there when she saw free education ya Kibaki. So under the People's Liberation Party,
PLP.
Yeah, PLP. She announced, even though right now she's in the United Opposition, she announced of her
presidential bid.
Yeah, her wanting to be in presidency.
Today before you, as I declare my candidacy for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in the next elections, under the banner of the People's Liberation Party and within a united opposition. We make this declaration not out of mere ambition for office, but out of devotion to service.
So for Martha Karua, I think that is a lovely and very impactful notion. Even as we wait to see what else you're going to bring. But then you ask yourself, what more?
Yeah.
What more?
What more? And will her being president bring change to what we are facing right now? And remember also, if she becomes president, she'll be among the few men in the continent who are women presidents. That will be a change. And you remember, if Baba had won in 2022,
she would have
Sayangekuwa the president. Yeah, you can imagine how things would have been. One more thing Daktari has always been mentioning is that Martha Karua is more of a human rights activist, which human rights activism and politics do not mix. So you either choose this or this. And like Baba alikuwa anajua kunini yote.
Yeah.
But now for Karua, maybe she should work on her political appeal. Like if she wants to be president, she has to act like a politician and stop banking on politics of emotion.
Let's say hypothetically she wins. You know, people are also going to watch and see. You ladies have been saying, oh, what a man can do,
a woman can do better.
You've been complaining about gender balance in politics. A lot of eyes will be on Kenya, which I think is going to be a lot of pressure for not just her, but the regime of that time, if God grants her grace and she wins. But it's also going to be very sensitive for Kenya in itself, because they're going to check what's happening, you know? So we just wait and see, right? So another voice might decide to arise from beneath, and we hear, I'm here. Yeah. But that is all that we had for today. If you have more, feel free to share on all our social media platforms, Talk Chat. I have been your host, Alice Nema. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps us a lot and allows you to keep in touch with politics and learn more. Thank you, Pendo, for coming. Thank you for sparing time with us.
Thank you.
And until we meet next time, have a lovely time.